Hi, we live.
Okay, not Memorex. She said live, y'all, not Memorex. This is on the grind.
Hey, everybody.
Well, we stay on the grind all the cotton picking time.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, Kato.
Good?
Yeah.
You look nice today. That
Thank
blue,
you.
that black and blue. I always love black and blue.
Black and blue, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, my daughter's cheerleading squad, their colors are black and blue.
Okay. Oh, okay. The
yeah.
Twisters.
The Twisters.
Yeah,
She
okay.
loved those Twisters.
All right.
That was why she decided to be a Twister at first, because she liked the colors. I was like, okay.
I always liked it. I always said black and blue was Batman colors.
That's true.
Batman colors, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I like Batman.
Anyway, I got a question though.
Okay.
There's a question there. I got it right here. So I'm going to read it off of this.
All right, I'm good.
And I'm just curious. This is a question, actually, I posted it online.
Okay.
And to get what other people think about it. And it kind of brought some people that said, dang, I got to think about that. At any rate, okay, thinking about you and where you are now in life.
Okay.
So this is a life question.
Okay.
Okay.
Life questions.
Do you, right, the question is, do you believe that you have done or are doing everything that you came here to do? Do you believe that you have done, if you really take a think about it.
I remember that post.
Okay, do you believe that you have done, are doing, or are doing everything that you've come here to do? And I pose that question to you, and I may answer it myself, because it did spark me to think, wow, that's a good question. You know what I'm saying?
For me, have I done everything that I've come here to do? No. I feel that there is so much that I'm to do, and I'm on the journey to getting there, you know, and I feel like in this lifetime I have had obstacles to overcome and lessons to learn, and I feel like I'm still in the growing phases and building the foundation so that I can do a lot of the things that I'm here to do. But I'm doing some of the things that I'm here to do.
You feel that?
But I don't feel that I have touched the surface or scratched the surface on some of the things that my purpose is for in this lifetime. I don't feel like I've scratched the surface.
Okay. Now let me I guess explain what made me pose this question. You know, the source of where it come from. And as we know, 2016 been a really interesting year. The passing of a lot of different people.
Right.
And I was reading a couple of weeks ago. I was reading something. Of course, we lost Prince a few months ago.
Right.
But it was something that his sister had. Something that she said about a week or so ago. I was reading, and she said that she, about 2 years ago, Princess said to her. She said she kind of knew this time was coming. Like 2 years ago, Princess said to her that he has done everything that he was supposed to have done when he came here. He felt that way. So they kind of, I guess, prelude whatever was going to be or whatever. But he and I thought that was interesting because as we lost Prince, we lost a lot of people. There's Maurice White. I mean, you think about it. The year started off with
just Tommy Ford yesterday.
And just Tommy Ford yesterday. And just last week it was, who was it? I mean, just really interesting. And of course, like I said, last couple of months, a good friend of mine and Preston, and then last month my cousin, Byron, they call him BJ, and it made me think about that because it also made me think about my cousin Byron, and it was almost like one of the things that he said. I guess didn't want to go, but he was where he's done so many things that he believed he's done what he was supposed to have done. So it made me ask that question, man. I wonder how many people feel that or don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? You think about. I remember watching the episode of Unsung, and they would Unsung Hollywood. They were doing the story of Eartha Kitt,
right?
And her daughter talked about how, I guess the last days of Eartha Kitt, how she kicked and cried because she said she wasn't ready to go. She wasn't ready, So that's what made me pose that
Right.
question. Not to make this a melancholy episode here, but it is, like I say, it was a life question, and it made me sit back and think, wow, have I done everything that I'm supposed that I have come here to do, that I'm supposed to be doing? And I couldn't really come up with an answer with that, but I believe, no, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think. I think when a person does, they know it.
Right.
You know what
and
I'm
I
saying?
feel like you've accomplished so much that I really don't feel like you've scratched the surface either. I feel like
Right.
there's so much more that you're supposed to be doing, and there's so much more ahead for you, even though you've done a lot.
Well, no, I understand what you're saying, because there's a lot of things that I may have done. We have done, but after it's done, I almost feel like maybe at that moment that something has been done or accomplished or whatever, then I feel great. Then after a minute, it's like I don't feel anything about it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's
right,
almost
right.
like, okay, I got to do something. I got to keep busy, because maybe that's the past, but it don't seem that big to me anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
So you may be on point when you say that right there. I thought with the most recent thing, I was excited for a minute, then I thought, but that ain't. Now it ain't a big deal, you know. It had the whole thing about the African American Museum.
Right. That is a big deal.
It is, and I said, man, it's like the biggest. And then all of it, maybe it wore off, but that's what happens.
It does, you know. And you know, one thing about that's one of the reasons why, as things do happen, I learned how to enjoy my journey, because, you know, in my lifetime so far, in my short span of life, I've had great success. But a lot of that part of my journey, having the great success, I was so busy focused on, all right, grinding, what's next, that I wasn't really fully engaging in the joy. Yeah. So now I've really learned how to enjoy the moments, all of them. Even the ones that feel funky. I mean, because you know, over the past 2.5 months, it's been funky.
Yeah,
Okay? And I'm like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
But even in it all, you know, I wasn't down boo-hooing and crying. I was still just going through it and learning and growing, and just to see some of the outcomes of the, you know, tumultuous times, you know, it's still good. And then back to the question, one thing that I think about when you say, have you come here, have you finished what you're doing, when I look at some of the artists and who left us early, you know, and I think, but look at how much they accomplished, and I wonder, you know, maybe that's what this journey was about for them, and they did it, they hit it quick, and now it's over. I think about that sometimes, but then sometimes it's just like, really? But why? You know? So, yeah, I mean, for me, I just feel like I know I haven't finished what I'm here for. And I feel for Eartha if she didn't finish what she felt like she came here for, because I know, you know, one of the things that keeps me going, even when it's rough, is because I don't want to be that person saying, I wish I'd have done this, I wish I'd have done that, I wish I'd have done the other. And you know, one of my best friends, her name is Helen Delahousse Clay, and she just helped her grandmother who raised her to finish the last thing on her bucket list, which was to go to Las Vegas and see Celine Dion perform live. Yes. And she went against doctor's orders and everything, because right now she's on hospice care, so it wasn't even recommended. But they went anyway, and she had a blast, and it was so wonderful to watch that journey with them because of Facebook Live, you know. So it was, you know. So she got to do what was on her bucket list. She gets to see her child, you know. It's her grandbaby, but Helen is like her baby. Helen is like her daughter, and she gets to see her just blossom, you know, and be this great woman, you know, before she leaves. She gets to see all her great-grands, you know. So it's wonderful. I would like, when it is the end for me, for it to be like that, with a smile on my face, you know, saying I did everything I wanted to do, and now I could just smile and say, okay, I'm ready. You know, I don't want to be kicking and screaming and upset because I ain't do this. My bucket list is still large, you know, and I never even had a bucket list, but I'm going to create one. I mean, I know there are things that I desire to do, and I have my little vision boards and stuff, and I look at them and be like, oh, great. You know, I can look at the stuff that I have manifested that is on the boards, but, you know, that's not the same as, well, I guess it is kind of similar to a bucket list, right?
Yeah, in a sense.
A little bit more goals and desires. I don't know.
Yeah, definition-wise, right?
Yeah. So, but I want to be that person that has done what I came here to do. So that's why we on the grind.
That's why the whole point of being on the grind. Right. And that's why I'm at the point. I've just, you know, a person I was trying to remember who we lost was the boxer Aaron Pryor, and also the musician named Hot Rod, used to play we call AMFM, and the what's the other group we played with? It hit me. But anyway, it's been a whole lot. So that was the whole purpose of the question. Like I said, not to make it melancholy. But, you know, when I posed the question, a lot of people said, man, that's a good question. Some people said, let me think about that. You know. So at any rate, thanks for tuning in, right?
And I hope that gives you guys something to think about.
Yeah, definitely. If you got any comments, please share them with us. And that's what it's all about. It's all about sharing comments and information and ideas and all that. Ain't it?
It is.
Yeah, okay, she said it is, so that means it's true.
I like that.
All right, hit us up.
All right.
All right, peace and love.
Peace.
All right.